Hi guys, Chi here. Welcome back to my channel. This is the style we are making today using this illusion crochet braiding pattern. It is easier and faster to make, easier and faster to take down than when you have to braid the hair individually and then conceal it into your crochet hair. So this style doesn't, your hair is more protected. We are going to start off with how to make the pattern. You're going to section off your hair as if you want to cornrow and then share that section into small boxes, braiding individually. So to start off, I am going to add a little braiding hair because her edges aren't so strong and I just want to fortify them a little. The braiding hair is going to run across the hair just to provide extra support for my client's hair, and because I want to ensure that the braids or the style can be worn for a long time, the braiding hair is just going to provide extra support. So after making like an individual braid in the first box, braiding it down to the length where it can get to the second box, then I part another box after that and braid it about just a little over 1 inch to be sure it will get to the next box. So I incorporate the previous braid into the recent one, and if you watch my hand, it is pretty easy to understand. So I continue to do this all over the head in almost every other video I have seen on YouTube so far. This pattern is made only at the beginning part of the head, then once it gets to the back, the regular cornrow is used. Like from this point, the hair is just braided down all the way to the back, but I wanted to ensure that this hair can have the same look if the hair is packed up. And if I were to be making this hair on myself, then I would have considered doing it the other way just to make it easier and faster. But since I am making it on someone and I have the time, I proceeded to continue to make the smaller boxes instead of the cornrow all around down to the nape of the neck, repeating the same thing at the back so that when we pack this hair up, it is still going to look like individual braids at the back. So this is pretty self-explanatory. I will be back after the braid pattern. Just watch and you will understand what I am doing, because this is kind of clear. Okay, then the reason why I didn't just braid straight to the back and stop was because I don't like when my braiding pattern, even when I am having a sew in, I don't just braid straight to the back and then make the braid that is supposed to hold all the other braids from the front to the back together to be exactly at the back. I need it to be like 2 rows or 3 rows above the nape of the neck, so that when the hair starts to wear out, the braids at the back won't be like the first. It is just annoying when you raise the hair at the back and you see it is wearing out faster, because usually the edges wear out faster than the inner part of the hair. So if the nape is taken care of and fixed just like the other sides of the head, it is not going to wear off faster. So let's just keep watching. Also, if you look at my pattern here, I am making the brick pattern but in an opposite way. Usually the brick pattern is laid from like the face to the nape of the neck. Okay, from the nape of the neck to the face. But this my brick pattern is from the ears to the other ears, so that when the hair is packed up in a ponytail, it can lay flat, like there will be spaces in between each braid. The same way it is done when you make knotless braid. From the back you layer it in bricks, so that when you pack the hair up it is going to lie flat. That's the same thing that is going to happen on the sides of this hair, because I know that the braiding hair I will be using is kind of bulky. I need it to lie down flat, so that was why I was making the brick pattern, but not, instead of from the nape to the face, I am making the brick pattern from the ear to the other ear. So on each of these sections that runs from her face to the back of her head to the nape of her neck, when I get to the next section I will make it like a brick format compared to the former row I just made. I hope this is clear. You can see it from the pictures, sorry, from the video. It is obvious if you look closely. So let's just keep watching until we are done with the pattern, then I can come back and explain or show you the braiding hair we are going to use and what to have in mind when you're crocheting the braiding hair onto the hair, not braiding hair, the crochet hair onto the hair for your best results. Anyway, when I got to the end of the braid, I just braided her hair down, and then I used a crochet hook to crochet her hair onto the braid without really, I was being careful about the spaces of the box, and I tried not to crochet the hair carelessly to block my lines or to form a bulk, so it was flat but it didn't mess up with my line. So this is the braiding hair we will be using. These are box braids of we call them Bob Marley, but you can see, and it is pretty long. So what to have in mind when you are crocheting your hair: slide in your latch hook from the side where you want the hair to fall. So I want this hair to fall to the right, to my right, in case she decides to pull the hair. So I slide in the latch hook from the right, because I want the hair to fall to the right. And then for people who do not know how to do this, although it is explanatory from looking here, but what you do is you slide in your latch hook, open it up, connect the hair, close the latch hook, then slide it back out. Then you go back in and pull in the tail end of your braiding hair or of your crochet hair through the loop, and make sure it is snug but not too tight, because the hair can actually get very painful. So some things to also have in mind was that I didn't, because of the size of the braiding hair, I didn't need to have like a strand of hair attached to every single box that I made, which felt like I wasted my time making those tiny boxes, but it made the hair look so neat. And because of the thickness of the braiding hair, we just didn't want to add more. So when I was done with the 2 packs, the hair looked full enough, but not every, you can see I just skipped one of those boxes. Not all the boxes were covered, so I just used my my number 6. So I just know I distributed the hair in a way that I felt was going to keep it covered and nice, but I didn't end up connecting um one of the crochet to all of the boxes, and that is okay. The hair was still looking very nice and concealed when packed, but I think it is going to reduce the it is going to limit the styles that you'll be able to wear this hair in. Like, I don't know how to explain, but as you can see, the hair looked full enough for her frame and enough to be able to be packed comfortably or styled comfortably without just having hair all over the place. But as I said, the middle part, especially towards the back, is not filled up. All the boxes were not covered. If we needed to cover all the boxes, we would probably have used 3 packs of hair. So if you want to save yourself feeling as if you should have covered all the boxes, you can count the number of braids that come in the pack of hair and how many packs of hair you will use, and then try to make your cornrows and the boxes to align with that number. But I was carried away and just really wanted to see like a very beautiful braiding pattern. But as you can see, this hair looks really neat and gorgeous even from the roots. So like, she really likes the braiding pattern when I was done, just the braiding pattern. When we were done with the base, it looked so nice. So guys, if you have not subscribed at this point, I implore you to please do so. It helps my channel, it encourages me, it gives me feedback on what I am doing. If you can also comment, it will be amazing. Like, you will be like Christmas to me. Let me know what you think. Let me know just your idea, or if you learned something, or a suggestion, a video request, or just a comment saying hi. I really appreciate any of that I can get from you, and I appreciate you watching my channel or watching my videos. If you are new here, my name is Chi. I am a hairstylist based in Nigeria. You can see what my salon looks like. This is like a middle class salon in Nigeria. Yeah, a middle class salon. If you're interested in having an idea of what you would see in a middle class salon, the prices of like our products and the prices of services, that is a video that I am actually not, I don't think it's a bad idea. I can do that if there are people that are interested, maybe from other African countries, or just you want to compare to your country and find out the cost of doing things in Nigeria in a salon, a middle class salon. Of course I will. If you have any video requests, let me know. If you have your comments, let me know. I really appreciate you being here, and I hope you learned something. You added something to what you already know, like you got an idea or a tip or something from this video. So I already had like a style like this that I made on myself with a shorter hair. The video will be in the link. You can check that out if you want to make this hair on yourself, so that you will see how it is from like a personal angle. Thank you for watching. Bye babe.